Thank you, Karolina. Congratulations, Daniel Paz W Radio. 5-1. No, I'm right in the media box, and I saw you walking out of the court feeling this is it. No, you felt very relaxed, but you said it's gone. Then what happened? Tell us what's going on in your mind when you 5-1, 5-2, 5-3. What's going on?
Well, I guess you feel just that way when it's 1-5 against Serena Williams in the third, so you don't really feel like you're gonna win this match either. I was yeah, of course, and I was playing well. I think set and half. Obviously, the second set was very close. I got some chances I could do, and I could go on 5-all. That was the biggest game I think in the match. Could be different for sure. I think I could do better in the second set. I could put more pressure on her. I was break up, but suddenly I lost somehow momentum. I was not playing the same game when I was playing, which was working till the set and break. I was pushing her. I was more aggressive. I stopped a little bit, and obviously she took her chance. So that's what happened, and she just went for it. She went for her serves. She went for the return, so she was just putting pressure on me. I was more passive, and then suddenly I got a chance too. So that's how it is in tennis. You need luck, of course, because this is, I think, not happening often. Maybe once in life, but I went for it. I just said whatever. Maybe this can be over, but let's just try this game. I was with the wind, which kind of helped me a little bit. I just went for my shots. I played actually a good game, I think, on going on 5-2. And then, I said, okay, let's try to hold my serve, and then we will see what's going to happen, because she was already match point up in that 5-1 game. So a lot of things happened, I felt like, in those games, and I just felt a chance. And I think she maybe got a little bit, I don't know, for sure it was in her head. A lot of things happened, so I saw a chance, and I just took it.
It seemed like you were able to, from 5-1 down, separate the Serena Williams from just hitting the tennis ball. How were you able to do that?
Sorry, what was the question?
You were able to separate. It's like there's Serena Williams across the net, but then at a certain point, you were just hitting the tennis ball. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, I think I was just too negative those last couple games when she was going on 5-1 with myself, with the way that I had a set and break. I didn't make it because I think I was playing the best the first set so far in the tournament. I was serving well. I was just controlling all the rallies, putting pressure. So I was just feeling super confident about this match today. And suddenly, like I said, I just lost it, and then it went into my head, and I think she improved. So it went like this, So it's always kind of changing the momentum sometimes in the tennis. So I went a little bit down, she went up, and that was it. So she just was serving well. She had amazing percentage of the first serve. So that was really tough to do something, but like I said, I got a chance, and I took it in the end.
You said in your on-court interview you thought she got shaky a little bit, and it looked on the replay like she rolled her ankle a bit in that 5-1 game. Had trouble on her serve maybe, and didn't win a point on serve the whole rest of the match. I'm curious if you noticed anything change in her game like that.
Well, I saw a little bit. I think it was on deuce, or I don't even know which point it was. Match point. Yeah, but I said already the matches before that whatever is happening on the other side, I just try to block it. Either it's positive or negative or whatever is there. It's just not my business. It's I'm sorry, but that's how it is, because I know once I'm start to think about that, it's bad. So so that's what I did at that time. But I really I was like, yeah, maybe something a little bit happened, but she's still on serve, and even if she loses this game, it's still 5-2, So I didn't really think about it that maybe there's gonna be a chance, at that game. But she did, I think, double fault, and I really went for my shots. I didn't feel like she played something really bad at that game. Maybe the double fault was a big help, but otherwise, I don't think she did anything actually that bad. I thought she a little bit was missing more than she was the set and half. But I was more aggressive. That's what was working in the first set, so that's what I just did.
Karolina, given where this happened and against who, where does this comeback rank compared to other moments you've had in your career and other comebacks you've had in your career?
Well, normally I'm having a lot of comebacks, but maybe like from being a set down or a breakdown, so nothing like this. So I think it's gonna be the best comeback ever so far in my life.
Karolina, Serena just described your level of play on her match point as crazy and possibly the best she's ever seen. Do you feel the same?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go against Serena. Yeah, I felt like I told you, I was with the wind a little bit, so I just went for it that game when she was serving, and then I was still on serve when she had those match points. Later it was 40-15, so it was pretty tough situation, and she was hitting the ball still big, and she can hit returns, she can just kill you. So sometimes you just don't have a chance to do anything, not even to react. So I just, tried to serve clever, maybe go for first serves, which I did, and I got a chance. And like I said, the side with the wind really helped me because I was always there on my match points. So I was, pushing her a little bit more. But I played bravely, I think, on the match point. So, yeah.
Karolina, it seems like you really embrace the challenge of playing Serena, whereas some other players maybe talk themselves down a bit. Do you feel like that helps you in a situation like this?
Of course, and also before the match, this time I really believed, it's still a player. I know she's the greatest ever, but I don't want to put her somewhere where I would not have a chance to beat her. I beat her before she was number one at that time, so I knew I'm going to have my chances, but I had to play well. I think, honestly, she played much better than she was playing when I beat her in New York this time, so the match was just so much better. There was more mistakes, and maybe she was more nervous. It was in state, so I just, always want to give myself a chance to beat anybody, doesn't matter who is there, because I was feeling confident all week and a half here, so there was no reason why I should, for one moment, to think that I cannot beat her. I know she was playing great all of her matches. I was watching a little bit, but my game was different than the players which she played before me, so I know she maybe is struggling a little bit with this game when somebody is putting pressure on her too, because she can hold her serve quite easily, but if I can hold my serve too, then there is always going to be a chance.
Since the start of the season, you find ways to win in every situation. It seems like you play with much more confidence than last year. What's the difference this season?
I feel better this year. I don't know why, and I had the feeling that 2019 can be a good year, and so far it started all good, so hopefully it can continue. I did everything possible to feel and to be here and to feel this way, so I was, practicing in a good way. Not always I was practicing like this, so there is no reason why I should not be here in the semi-final right now. And finally I played, a couple good matches in a row, so sometimes I had trouble by putting the matches in a row, so I had one good match, one bad match, so then it's tough, especially on Grand Slams when everything takes time. There are the days off. So I really had to get used to it, and I feel better. Already last year I was feeling better on Grand Slams, but this time I just feel somehow different and more confident. I'm not doubting myself that if I win or if I lose and whatever. So I just feel good.
Karolina, just a couple of things. One is you're all obviously fighting, the remaining four players are fighting for a slam, but also there's a three-way race for the number one ranking. I'm wondering if that adds an extra element of excitement to the situation. My second question is about Naomi, if you just look ahead to that.
No, for me, I don't want to say it means zero, but it doesn't mean the same what right now in this situation would not be the same as to win the Grand Slam. And I don't know that somebody has a chance to be number one, and I'm not gonna chase this, so for me nothing is changing.
And just a few words looking ahead to the match against Naomi.
Yeah, I've played few hitters here in the last matches, obviously Georgie, now Serena, so I think I'm well prepared for Naomi. Maybe a little bit different game she still has, but big pressure from the forehand. Obviously she's trying to make her game from the forehand side, so I just try to do anything possible just to put maybe one extra ball back, but on the other hand still to be aggressive and taking my chances. I'm sure I'm gonna get some, of course maybe she too, but I think anything is possible. Is in the first semi-final here too. Obviously, she played well in New York, but she didn't have that many experiences as in this tournament as maybe Serena she has. So it's still pretty new for both of us. Obviously, it's my first semi-final too, but I think if I play well, there's going to be a chance. So if I play well, I think for sure there's a chance.
Karolina, in your first 3 matches here, you hit total almost 70 unforced errors. In your last 2, you've hit 18 total against Muguruza and Serena. So can you talk about how that's happening, why that's happening? What do you think is attributing to how clean you're playing off the ground?
I don't actually know, but I feel I'm not doing very stupid mistakes. I'm just taking care of the balls which are maybe in the middle of the court, around the service line, and just very. I think it has something to do with my legs, of course. So I'm more ready for these short balls. We've been practicing that a lot because sometimes I was just, after great serve, I was just sleeping, not getting ready for the ball and not getting there enough on time. So I'm just taking care of these balls, which is, I think, most important because I can hit big, so there's going to be always these balls somewhere around service line. So I just have to take care of this. And I've been really feeling well. I don't see any reason why I should really do mistakes. Of course, somebody's going to put a pressure on you, so then you do some mistakes. That's normal. But from myself, you can be still nervous, but I feel like I can control my hands actually in this tournament, and I can control the mistakes. But it's like still I don't want to be too passive. So I don't think I'm that passive, but still I don't miss that much. So I think it's that I'm more ready on my legs than I was before.
There's some players who go out on court and play Serena, and it looks almost like they've lost before the match starts. But you've never been that way, and I'm curious where that attitude comes from for you, and how much that was part
Which attitude, that I'm not scared? Or?
Yeah, and how much that helps you when you're down 5-1 in the.
You cannot know if I'm scared or not. I think I'm feeling confident, not in every situation, but about my tennis overall. I feel like I have weapons. So, of course, the weapons, they don't have to work. But if I feel like there is really nobody. Okay, she was killing me set and half. But it's tough to be, I know it by myself. If you play somebody who is just maybe even running, putting the balls back, it's tough to do it for 2-3 sets, So on one hand, I was waiting for the chance, especially today. But on the other hand, I know I can serve well on some moments. So it's not that I have only forehand or only serve. I feel like I have more things, So I don't see any reason why I should be. Of course, I'm nervous. That's different than to be scared. But yeah, and especially I beat so many good players already that I know I can do it again. It doesn't have to come, of course. You can still lose, but I'm pretty confident if I'm playing well that I can beat anybody. I don't want to be overconfident right now because I beat Serena, but that's how it is. Most of the time I was not playing well, so that's why I lost. But this time I was just able. Of course, it was still lucky, but I think the biggest win against her for me is that this thing that I believe that I can win this match even, and that's how I started the match actually. So I got my chance, and I just went for it. And I think maybe she didn't expect it from the beginning. She looked a little bit like she was too passive. Then she just went for it. But because I believed from the first ball that I can win, I think that was the biggest victory for me today.